Many of the popular smartphones and tablets on the market today, such as this iPhone for example, have one common problem: they lack the ability to extend storage. Although we can stream content from our wireless networks, our choices are limited when we look for a more portable solution. Kingston have attempted to solve our storage problem with this, the wireless portable flash storage device. Welcome to IFTI's Tech Corner, where today we are looking at the Kingston Wi-Drive. Now the concept behind the Wi-Drive is simple. Essentially it serves as a portable battery-powered flash drive that can be carried in your bag or pocket, which allows up to 128 gigabytes of content to be stored on it. What makes it different from traditional portable hard drives is its ability to stream content wirelessly to devices such as smartphones and tablets. It should be noted that although the Wi-Drive can also be paired with Android devices, for this review I'll be concentrating exclusively on iOS. Since the storage in the Kingston Wi-Drive utilizes flash memory, it's for this reason that it supports multi-user streaming. This is probably the strongest point of the Wi-Drive. So imagine, for example, returning from holiday to meet your friends while being able to share your holiday snaps directly onto their own smartphones or tablets wirelessly. A pretty interesting concept. We'll take a look at all these features in more detail, but for now let's take a look at what's inside the box. So within the actual package itself, we have the drive at the very top here. We'll take a look at that in just a second. We have a getting started guide. And finally we have a mini USB to USB sync and charge cable. So we pretty much get just the drive and the sync and charge cable. We get exactly what we need to get started, nothing more, nothing less. Let's take a closer look at the drive. In terms of design, the Kingston Wi-Drive certainly looks the part. Phone-like in appearance, it doesn't look out of place next to a cutting-edge smartphone, and it's only about the size of the iPhone 5 itself, making it easy to carry around. It's also super thin, so it will slide in and out of your pocket with ease. In addition, it has no external metal or sharp edges, so your phone will not be damaged by bumping into it while rattling around in your pocket or bag. Now the unit itself, while being very thin and portable, it's also very light. It's notably lighter than my iPhone 5, which only adds to its overall portability. The hard glossy surface will annoy you if you are easily bothered by fingerprints, as it's a fingerprint magnet, but a quick wipe and it's as sleek and elegant as new. Other than this, the power button on the side, which doubles up as a battery life indicator, and the mini USB port at the very top, used for charging and transferring data on and off of the device, there's really not much more to see. It's an overall simplistic and elegant design, so let's take a look at how it functions. Adding content to the Wi-Drive couldn't be easier. No software or driver downloads are needed. Just plug it into your PC or Mac and it can be used like any other external drive. Upon connecting the drive, we see two logical drives appear, a read-only drive labelled CD-ROM and a removable disk labelled Kingston. We simply enter the drive labelled Kingston to add our content. It's probably a good idea to organise your files from the outset, as I've done here, by creating a separate folder for each type of media you wish to access or share. So if I enter the video folder here, I'm going to transfer this file into my video folder. It's just under 1 GB in size, and it's not the quickest transfer available, but bear in mind the Wi-Drive is only compatible with USB 2, so transfer speeds aren't blistering. On average, the transfer rate was around 5 megabytes a second, which means it takes about 4 minutes per gigabyte transferred and around 2 hours to fill 32 gigabytes. One downside is that, being FAT32, the Wi-Drive won't take files larger than 4 gigabytes in size, so those with particularly high bitrate video files won't find this as useful as many, but it's unlikely most users will find this limit a problem. It also uses an older mini USB cable rather than the newer and more popular micro USB. Now it doesn't end there. Now that we have some sample data on the drive, we need to download the compatible app in order to access that data. The Wi-Drive's free to download iOS and Android apps may not be pretty, but they are simple to use. After downloading the app, we first need to switch the unit on by pressing the power button on the side of the device. After we power on, we wait for the device to boot and the wireless indicator light to start flashing before we proceed. Note that we also have another indicator above the wireless, which indicates the drive has also detected a connection to an internet-connected wireless network. I'll come to this shortly. Next, we need to connect our smartphone or tablet to the Wi-Drive by entering Settings, Wi-Fi networks, and then connecting to the Y-Drive itself. Notice how the drive is completely unsecured out of the box. So once connected, it's a good idea to secure the drive from within its settings. We'll take a look at where to do this shortly. Nevertheless, once connected, we can launch the app. Although we can store files locally on the smartphone or tablet itself, we hit the Y-Drive button here to enter our drive, and we can see the folders I created earlier. Bear in mind, if you didn't create these folders, all media would be listed here, and we can use the quick access buttons along the bottom here to access the required media. I personally like to organise my files by creating folders, although the drive will work the same either way. The settings can be accessed with the final button here, and this screen lets you quickly and easily set up your network connections and security passwords. As we saw earlier, the Y-Drive comes unsecured out of the box, so you need to ensure you secure it straight away by selecting a security level here. Remember the second blue indicator light we saw above the wireless indicator on the unit? Well, that's a smart little feature built into the device, and we can set it up here. This means you can continue to use your Wi-Fi connection to browse the internet, since the Y-Drive acts as a wireless bridge, so you can use both the Y-Drive and your internet services simultaneously, which is a great feature. Outside of the settings, my simple folder system lets me browse my content in lists. One slight irritation is that longer file names were cut off, meaning it's sometimes difficult to find a specific episode of a TV series, for example, so I ended up shortening names instead, or switching to landscape view. Playing music via the Kingston's Wi-Drive was a little disappointing, as Kingston's media player is a little crude and basic, and certainly no match for the iTunes app or Google's player. That said, it functions well enough, and there was no noticeable degradation of sound quality from streamed MP3s, for instance. If you haven't already noticed, the app itself is not yet optimized for the larger screen of the iPhone 5. Not a problem when browsing or listening to music, but a little annoying when viewing photos and particularly video. Video was in some ways better, in some ways worse than music playback. Rather than use the Y-Drive app, video playback is performed by your device's media player. Unfortunately for iOS users, this means many regular video file types won't work, but with MP4, the preferred iOS video format, playback was flawless. The limitation of MP4 only playback means that unless all your video is converted to that format, you will struggle to watch it on an iOS device like an iPhone or iPad. You could convert your media, of course, but I would like to have seen an integrated video player as part of the Y-Drive app itself, which has the ability to play multiple types of media files. On the bright side, however, there was no evidence of excessive buffering or compressed and blocky video, even when streaming high bitrate content. I found that I was also able to jump back and forward while playing video without having to wait for any rebuffering. It was all pretty instant. Android devices fared slightly better with video, as it's possible to play a larger variation of video file types. Photos are easily viewable and image quality is retained no matter which smartphone is used. When it comes to documents, there were no problems with types of content. Word, Excel and PDFs all opened with ease, although bear in mind these are only viewable. You can't actually edit these on the go. It should be noted that the Y-Drive currently only works with iOS and Android devices, so Windows Mobile 8 users, for example, will need to wait for Kingston to release a Windows app before they can take advantage of this clever little gadget. The Y-Drive has a basic traffic light battery indicator, which lights green for a fully charged battery down to 51%, amber for 50 to 25%, and red for less than 25% battery life. I managed to get around 5 hours of playback streaming to 2 devices simultaneously, which I think is perfectly acceptable. However, the top of the Y-Drive did get much hotter than I'd like just after a few minutes of use. Probably not something you'd want to keep tucked away in your pocket, for example, while you stream a movie from it. Now, the expectation for the Wi-Fi range of the Y-Drive was low considering the size of it, but I was pleasantly surprised by the results of my testing. Signal was maintained with a distance of 15 meters, which is around 50 feet, between the phone and the Y-Drive, and there was no sign of stuttering video or music during playback even at that distance. Very good overall. Available in various capacities up to 128GB, the Kingston Wi-Drive is not perfect. You won't be able to use it on an aeroplane, for example, because it uses Wi-Fi to connect to your device, and it does get worryingly hot. That being said, it is otherwise a great travel companion, particularly for those wanting to take that extra box set or music with them, or for those who have limited storage on their phones or tablets and are not thinking of upgrading in the near future. Range is excellent, and currently it is one of the few sensible solutions for increasing the storage on devices without SD card slots. iOS devices, such as the iPhone and iPad in particular, benefit greatly because it is more difficult to add content to them without being near a computer with a registered iTunes account or a fast internet connection. A great overall concept that actually works really well. Please feel free to like this video, it really does help me out. Don't forget to subscribe though, as you'll automatically be entered into my 2013 monthly giveaway. Click the logo above for more details. See you soon on IFTI's Tech Corner.